ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to meet your drivers here tonight? Who said no up there? Go home. Let me hear you one more time. Are you ready to meet your drivers, ladies and gentlemen? All right, well, we'll start off here with the young man who's debuting a brand new truck here tonight. Built over the winner, defending King of the Beach, or Beast Beach, I should say. Close enough. It's all the same. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this kid is an up-and-comer here in the monster truck industry, celebrating 15 years of Stinger Unleashed. This is CJ Return. Let me try that again. Are we better? Corbin, send me the... Now, let me reintroduce this driver. Ladies and gentlemen, a young gun here in the monster truck industry making a name for himself. You might see the moonwalk tonight. Earlier in the day, he couldn't get it done because of the way the track was slick. But this kid right here is the defending King of the Beach Town Wall. Ladies and gentlemen, CJ Return and Stinger Unleashed. CJ, my man, tell you what, first show, you know, a little bit rough, you know, still a little bit timid out there, but track conditions I felt like had a lot to do with it as well, plus also trying to break in the new truck.
Yeah, everyone's kind of been pushing me too. I'm just trying to get as comfortable as I can behind the wheel of that truck. I don't want to, you know, do anything that I'm not comfortable in yet. It's a completely different beast than what I've been driving the past couple of years. I've never had a full brand new truck before. As for anything else, when you get it brand new, there's going to be parts and pieces that you have to fix, adjust, especially with these things. You know, we're jumping them 10, 15 foot in the air and expecting these giant shocks to land like a pillow, and you just got to work through it and get it landing the best you can. That way, once it is tuned in and dialed up, you're ready to rock.
Now, we're looking at a completely different track here. When we got here today, this was a mud pit. I mean, you could walk in here. Heck, you probably ran the Class X mud drags in here earlier. Now, this place is dried out. There's a lot more traction out there, a little bit more that you guys can play with, and we might actually get to see maybe do the moonwalk a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, just kind of depending how everything's feeling. We made some adjustments to the truck. Wasn't really landing the way I was hoping for earlier. New motor was running a little bit rough with the cold air and everything. Normally they do the best there, but fuel filter change, a couple other little adjustments, and I think we'll be good to go.
All right, good luck, my brother. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, CJ Return and Stinger Unleashed. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, the truck is very legendary. It's made a name all across the country, but it has found it here in the state of Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that is keeping the truck name alive and well, Cliff Fowle and the Virginia Giant. Cliff, I tell you what, you were one of the first guys I talked about earlier today. We got out here. This is a whole different ballgame than what we had earlier today.
Oh, this is absolutely better. I can tell you right now, these track conditions are a heck of a lot better than they were this morning. First thing this morning, this place was a soup pit. For the first show, it wasn't too bad, but this is looking really good, so I expect to see some pretty hard action.
Absolutely, and I know something about your tires. You probably have some of the lowest cut tires out here as well. Like, they almost look like racing slicks in a way out there, and that's definitely not good with the mud. Yeah, sure, you have these big 6'6" tall tires, but don't do much well if you don't have the treads on them.
Well, I appreciate you calling them racing slicks. They're actually a little bald right now, but we'll call them racing slicks.
We are bald. Those are slicks.
You're right. I think they'll actually give me a little bit of an advantage tonight since the ground is so dry and so hard out here. I might be able to get a little better hole shot out of it.
Absolutely. Well, good luck tonight, my man, and go impress your hometown crowd here.
Yep. Thank you, Fishersville, for coming out. We know it's been a long time since the Virginia Giant's been here. It's been a little bit of a fiasco for the past couple years. We're happy to be back here with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour and get Fishersville back up to where it's been the past 30 years. Thank you guys for coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cliff Fowle and the Virginia Giant. Ladies and gentlemen, our next driver earlier today was your overall event champion. Came out, won the donut competition, won the racing competition against Cliff Fowle. Twice actually beat Cliff. Just a reminder, Cliff, he beat you twice, so, you know, yes. And then also won the freestyle competition, a very close competition earlier today. This kid, I've known him for many, many years. Him and I, we got our start back in the day racing Monster Truck Madness 2 online. Now him and I are living our dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, from Scotch Plain, New Jersey, Daniel Donnelly and Illuminator. man, I tell you what, first of all, congratulations on the day, but that was an awesome drive. I think, I've seen videos of you. This is the first time I get to see you in person race. Man, that might have been some of the best driving you've ever done, I think, so far this year, man.
I mean, we're just having fun out here. The most important thing to remember is to have fun when we're driving these trucks. Yeah, we're competitive. Yeah, we want to beat each other in racing, but as long as the crowd's into it, as long as the crowd's engaged, making noise, it makes our job so much easier, and we have so much fun doing it. The crowd this afternoon was wicked. I hope you guys can make just as much noise tonight as they did this afternoon.
Absolutely. What do you think? What kind of adjustments have you made on the truck to go into tonight? Obviously, went from that mud pit we had today. Now it's going to be slicked off, maybe a little bit better out here today.
Just a lot more racing fuel. Otherwise, we just kept it the same. The setup we had this afternoon worked. It was a great setup. The truck illuminator's running like a top. I didn't want to change anything. Just top off the gas tank, put the foot to the floor, and try to go for another win.
That's the way I know you. Congratulations, my man, and good luck tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Donnelly. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is the winner of your two-wheel skill earlier today. Making his return back down here to Fishersville, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, from Bethesda, Maryland, Corey Snyder and Toxic. Corey, I tell you what, yeah, actually, so what he's got in his hand, he's got a bracket here. If you weren't here earlier, there's about a, what do you say, about a foot and a half deep hole here that you put the bumper in earlier?
Yeah, that means I did my job, and I ended up, actually CJ found this broken C-clamp that that's gonna be a deal breaker for me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to race tonight. Anyway, I'm gonna chuck that out of the way. No, we're ready to have some fun here tonight. I had a great time earlier today. The fans were awesome. We were able to pull off a two-wheel win, and hopefully we can repeat the same success. And I also said earlier, this is 10 years ago today, or 10 years ago, I drove Toxic for the first time here at this venue, and it's kind of like a full circle moment. We're back here 10 years in the same truck, still repping, still having fun, still putting on a show for y'all.
Now, I know you were one of the first guys to come out here and try to do something when basically this turned into a wheelie contest today. When we go into two-wheel skill here tonight, this could be a whole different ball game here, I think.
Yeah, my two-wheel skill is improving. We got some younger kids over here that actually does a pretty good job of it, but I'm gonna give it my shot and still put on a show. It's still fun. I still enjoy doing it, and it's gonna be an awesome show either way. We got racing, we got freestyle, we got donuts. I can maybe chip at these the heels from these other guys in those other competitions. But either way, it's all for putting on a show for y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Snyder and Toxic. So our last driver will be the boss, Zane Ratu. He is back there trying to help out with the ride truck. As you mentioned earlier, Hurricane Force went down earlier this afternoon, so unfortunately Stephen Thompson will not be able to run tonight, but Zane Ratu will be riding the shredder truck. We'll get a word with him a little bit later on. But right now, Corbin, that's your drivers. Let's move on to the next thing, my man.
Welcome to the Augusta Expo, and welcome to Renegade Monster Trucks. My name is Chaos Corbin Hurley alongside Bert Wojcik. We are your two live event hosts here today, and it is going to be an absolute mess out here on this track today. But right now, I'm going to tell you all about the craziness, the carnage, the all-out destruction that you're about to see on this track here tonight. This is what I call our Renegade Rundown. You see, Monster Truck fans, we have 5 Monster Trucks sitting back here today. They're going to be competing in 4 different competitions, and 3 of those 4 are going to be scored and judged by you, the Renegade Monster Truck fans. And here's how that works. After each competition is over, we're going to run to each one of these monster trucks, and based off of your noise and your applause that you make for that truck, that determines who gets the win here tonight. So, our first competition is going to be our two-wheel skills competition. Who wants the two-wheel skills competition? Well, that's going to be competition number 1 here tonight, and each one of the monsters go out here and get 2 chances to give you their best two-wheel tricks on the track. And it could be anything from wheelies to stoppies to moonwalks, poppers, bicycles, anything, stuff like that, But here's the catch. Everything that these drivers do is scored and judged by you, the Monster Truck fans. Whichever driver you think had the craziest, most spectacular two-wheel skill move tonight, make the most wish for that driver, and that determines who gets the win here in our two-wheel skills competition. Now, I gotta ask you one more question. Who likes donuts? Anybody? I love donuts, man. I like the glazed donuts, the frosted donuts, the donuts that have like the frosting and stuff on them. I love donuts, but here's the thing. I'm not talking about those donuts. No, I'm not. I'm talking about the kind of donuts where you get in your monster truck and you spin, spin, spin as fast as you can. Who wants to see that happen? That's going to be our second competition here tonight, our monster truck donut competition, where our drivers come out here and spin their truck as fast, as long, and as crazy as possible. Whichever driver you think had the most spectacular donut tonight will go home with the donut championship. Now, Bear, I know you're up there with a racing background, but I gotta ask these fans, Fishersville, who wants to go racing? Well, that's going to be competition number 3. Bert, you're up there, dude. What can you tell these fans about racing out here, man? This is like side-by-side racing, right?
Side-by-side drag racing here tonight. Once you see the green, you're going to roll it over the first set of jumps there, send it through no man's land, and then shoot it off into the finish line. That first one down there wins, and we will have 5 trucks racing. 1 truck will have 5. We'll have a fast loser come back, and we will figure out a racing winner for Corbin. We need to talk about freestyle because they're getting ready to go down there.
Absolutely. Monster truck fans, who's ready for some freestyle? Freestyle is my absolute favorite competition. And you know why? Because it's no rules, no time limit, anything goes. Each driver can do literally whatever they want, and it's all scored by you, the monster truck fans. But they're all for one thing, that's the Renegade overall event championship checker flag. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna take it? We'll find out here in just a little bit. Before we do, I got one last question to ask. Fishersville, Virginia, who's ready for Renegade Monster Trucks?
Prepare to feel the ground shake as massive 10,000-pound, 1,500 horsepower fire-breathing machines of destruction come to life. The best drivers on the planet. Massive mechanical monsters. All about to unleash pure chaos. Driving to
and the loudest monster trucks on the planet. We're gonna start the craziest kids in the nation, your Wayne's Touring Recovery Mini Monster Truck Series. We're gonna start ladies first, making her first full season on the Renegade Monster Truck Series right here in Fishersville, Virginia. She hails from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, sending it runs in the family. She's pretty, she's wicked, she's Ellie and pretty Renegade! This is a wall. And her teammates, the young lady who calls this place her home stopping grounds. She's got some very rich family history in this racetrack, and she's going to add a third generation here this afternoon from Tappahannock, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kinsley and Lady Love! And round up the field for your Wayne's Touring Recovery Mini Monster Trucks. The young man with a plan from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The rock star who's been burning down the competition since the day he was born. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Garrett and Minnie Slinger! Now, minis are cool, but I gotta know, who's ready to meet your monster trucks? We're gonna start dead center of the track with your current, reigning, defending Renegade overall event champion, the dude who's been burning it down all year long, and he's gonna light up the competition right here in Fishersville, lighting up the night sky with that awesome, beautiful blue Ford on a Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Put your hands together for Dan, the man, Donnelly, and Illuminator! Introducing his teammate, the dude who got his start right here in Fishersville over a decade ago. Now he has come back to Fishersville to rock the house all over again. A second-generation rock star behind the wheel of the Mean Green Destruction Machine. He hails from Bethesda, Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for Corey Snyder and Toxic!
Prepare to know why they call me the Shredder.
And ladies and gentlemen, extra special for you fans here in Fishersville, Virginia, we brought to you this crazy guy, a former Monster Jam Arena Series champion, the ringleader of the Renegade Monster Truck Series, the big purple can opener from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the dude who has done all kinds of crazy stuff on the series. Now, he wants to burn it down here in Fishersville. From Lancaster, Pennsylvania, make some noise for Zane Ratu and Shredder! Oh, but you know, ain't a monster truck show here in Fishersville without the guy who calls this place his home stomping grounds. The truck, they got him started here 30 years ago with the legendary Dio Wilson. Now, this guy's gonna keep Dio's legacy going right here today. From right down the road in Fairfax, Virginia, give a big hand to Cliff Farrell, Virginia! Schneider! Certainly not least, the young man who is on his 15th anniversary tour, rocking that awesome new paint job, brand new chassis, same crazy driving style. Walking the track right now, gas can in hand. He's ready to burn it down for you fans here in Fishersville. From Lancaster, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, 15 years, send it, CJ Batum, Stinger Unleashed! competition. Who thinks the winner should be Illuminator? Who says they should be Shredder? Who says Virginia Giant? Who says Toxic? Who says Stinger Unleashed? So as of right now, it's a tie between Stinger and Illuminator, but I don't like ties, ladies and gentlemen. So, who thinks this should be Illuminator? Who says this should be Stinger Unleashed? So, ladies and gentlemen, your two-wheel skills winner, Stinger Unleashed! And now we are down to the fastest two on the road to that overall event championship checker flag. And what a matchup it's going to be right here in the finals. A battle of two teammates, both from the same league, Team Wolf Motorsports out of the great state of Maryland. Jay Snyder probably has the biggest smile on the road right now, knowing that his two trucks are the championship final. Their host I need to know is Fishersville. Are you ready? In the far lane, the glow-in-the-dark Ford out of Bethesda, Maryland. One of the biggest, baddest monster trucks in the circuit today. Right and up the night skies, the Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Put your hands together for Dan, the man, Tom Lee, and Illuminator!
Ford fans, you gotta love this one. Pair of Fords in the final event of the championship here tonight, but which one is it gonna be?
Well, we got Illuminator. Now let's meet his opponent and teammate at the same time. The young guy who hails in Bethesda, Maryland. The mean green destruction machine. Let's make some noise for Corey Snyder. Toxic! Waiting on the rival. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Snyder, We're going to give him a chance to catch his breath, take his helmet off. Once he takes that big helmet off, he can really hear you. Now everybody plays Corey, where do I even start, bro? The track that you got your start in all these years ago, the track that your father raced in so many times, and now here you are, all these years later, you win the championship final against one of your best friends in the industry and your teammate, brother. How awesome is this? Is it any better than this?
Honestly, man, I don't think it can. We had a beautiful night. We got a beautiful weather. We got a beautiful track. Didn't start that way, but you know what? It came around. And honestly, every one of these guys in the back, I wanted to put on a good show for y'all. Again, we're all friends in the back. We all joke, mess around, but when it gets to the track here, when we're lined up, it's game on. And again, the better competition that we have against each other is a better show for you guys, and that's what we're all here for.
Absolutely. And speaking of a good show, Corey, we got one more competition left. I don't know about you, man, but it's my favorite competition. It's Monster Truck Freestyle. What can these fans expect out of the mean green destruction machine in Monster Freestyle?
Oh man, I got a lot of tricks up my sleeve. We'll see if we can pull it out. But again, every one of these guys have something up their sleeve to put on a show for you guys. So we'll see what happens. But I got my tricks. Maybe some donuts, maybe some wheelies, maybe a popper if I feel bold enough. But you know what? It's still going to be a good time. And you know what? Let's do it again.
Monster Truck fans, he is your racing winner, Corey Snyder in Toxic. Monster Truck fans, let's find out who you think won freestyle. Who thinks the winner should be the Virginia Giant? Who thinks it should be Steel Unleashed? Who thinks it should be Illuminator?